Okay, thank you, Martin. Well, my name is Pascual Boil. I'm responsible for the Consultancy, Innovation and Applications Department in Cuatrecasas. Cuatrecasas is a law firm. Well, please, next slide, Martin. Cuatrecasas is a law firm, an international law firm with a strong leadership in the Iberian Peninsula. We said we have 3 headquarters, main offices, Barcelona, Madrid, and Lisbon. And we are covering all main areas of business law, from litigation, tax, corporate M&A, also labor and IP and personal data, and until to 17 specialties. We have been recognized as a very innovative law firm, empowering new processes and new ways to deliver legal services through the use of technologies, but also new methodologies like Agile, Lean, or legal project management. Next slide, please. Yeah, some figures. We are 1,600 people working in Cuatrecasas, more than 1,000 lawyers, 17 legal specialization, or more than 17, and we have geographical presence in 28 offices in 13 countries. Next slide, please. Yeah, we are Iberian, but with global and international coverage. We have had a great expansion in the last years with a strategic focus on Latin America. We have recently opened new offices with important growth in Mexico, Chile, Colombia, and Peru, and with a strong relationship with other law firms. Special attention to our strategic membership into the European network with other 3 leading law firms like GIT in France, Glaze in Germany, and Chiomenti in Italy. Next slide, please. Yeah, about the use case. We decide to select the labor law use case because labor law has real big complexity, because labor law is different in different countries. And then we found several languages on each country, and all these laws are changing a lot. But in addition to other laws, we found specific labor regulation by sector, industries, and even specific labor agreements at company level. When we heard about the Lynx project 4 years ago, we envisioned a solution and applications to simplify this problem, managing all this complex regulatory and information, and that we'll be able to find a right answer to a legal question for a normal person, not a lawyer or a legal expert. Next slide, please. And over that vision, we defined 3 main use cases. The internal one was for our Cuatrecasas lawyers, because we frequently, and every year it happens more frequently, we participate in international operations, in typically M&A operations, with global or international acquisitions, when one company wants to buy another company who has presence in several countries, or simply the geographical expansion of our different customers, when a company is planning to open a new factory or a subsidiary in a new country. And by the other side, on the external part, to be able to deliver a solution to be used directly to our customers, typically big global companies who has to manage these different regulations on each country in their daily operations. Next slide, please. And well, the target users, well, in the internal use case, there are the typically young lawyers, because they has the responsibility to collect all the relevant information, the relevant legislation, and do the research part of the regulation and jurisprudence for each country, and really to prepare the information for the more senior lawyers to do the analysis and recommendation for our customers. And by the other hand, in the external use case, typically the user is the in-house lawyer, but every day is more typical to be used, or the necessity is regarding the business executives, like the human resource director, that are non-lawyers or non-legal skilled. Next slide, please. Well, this is an example of the question list that we could find in our real operations in the M&As, and well, we can find big questions, extremely long list of questions, more than 50 or 100 questions related or that has to be checked against 2 or 3 different countries or jurisdictions. And sometimes the list is very short, only 3 or 5 relevant questions, but you has to be checked in more than 20 countries. Next slide. And the solution, well, the solution is we have created an applications in the front and on the top of the Lynx services, where we manage, we use the Lynx intelligence of the platform services to find a solution, no? To be able to based on to take a legal question from the user in natural language, and being able to find the right or some possible questions or relevant information to be able to solve this legal question to the user. And then we are providing an easy interaction to the end user, and we are orchestrating and combining the different Lynx services as a different pieces of the Lynx platform. We are using the legal knowledge graph, but also services like entity extraction, annotation, machine translation, and the semantic search and the Q&A question answering module. Next slide, please. Well, and finally, this is how our application looks like. And now I let you with my colleague Elsa, the guided demo that to show how it works. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to our webinar on which we are going to show the tool created for the Cuatrecasas labor law use case. In our case, the lawyer accesses through our intranet using single sign-on authentication. Based on that single sign-on, the application takes care of the access and rights that this user has in the system. On the top, there is the menu on which we have the options question, question history, company settings, and user profile. We will start showing the company settings option. Here there are all the companies on which the end user has access to, private and public companies, that manages security in retrieving answers from the system. Each company has a private document to be used for the system in order to find out the proper answers for our questions. To upload a new document into the Lynx system, the user must select on which company wants to upload it. Select the upload option, and then a new screen comes up. In the screen, we are going to look for the document we want to upload. The user must select on how to split it, by page or by article. You can exclude pages or text using rules that are not interested to be considered in the future answers. And when you decide everything, you have the option to save it. The document now it's going to be ready to be processed. Now the document is ready to be enriched with metadata. You can whether create a title, change the title, decide on which language you are uploading the document, which jurisdiction applies to, which type of document it is. It's a collective agreement, it's a legal law document. You can select if this document is going to be uploaded in one or several companies' repositories. Select the URL, the source URL, and create which is the creator of the document. Now you can review if the document was splitted properly. We decided by articles, so all parts of the document are going to be splitted by articles, and once everything is okay, you save the document. Now the document is being converted to a Lynx format, and it's going to be uploaded into the Lynx platform. Once the document is uploaded, it's available for the company and all users that has access to that company. Now we are going to see the user profile option. The lawyer can define which are his/her defaults by selecting which jurisdiction or jurisdictions wants to cover and language that wants to retrieve the answer. If the lawyer wants to work with a subset of documents that belongs to one company or more companies, what we have to do is to name the favorite subset of information, search by the document or documents, filtering by all the metadata available in the Lynx platform. So once we search by the documents, using the filtering options, we can select one or more documents. On question options, on this example, the lawyer selection is to retrieve answers in Spanish and retrieve it by two different jurisdictions, Spain and Austria, and with a subset of labor law defined by the company Cybly. The question will be in English. We will receive the answers in two different jurisdictions, represented in two different tabs, and the information of the answers will be retrieved in Spanish. Once we receive the answers, we have the question translated in the original language of each jurisdiction. If there is any mistake on the translation, can be addressed on the screen and run it again, the question from that jurisdiction. The user can read the answers in Spanish and rate it if the answer is properly retrieved or not, to help the system to receive feedback in order to improve it in the future. We can keep on rating answers and reading the different answers coming from different sources, and we can do the same for the Austrian jurisdiction. The question is translated in the original language of the jurisdiction. You can change it if it's not properly translated and run it again, and rate it also the answers that are coming up in Spanish language, which is the user profile definition. You can review it with the full text that contains the answers, and also review it in the original text of the source. All answers have the link to the original source on the Lynx platform, and you can review all the information there. Finally, the question history. The lawyer can retrieve answers run in the past. And that's all for the moment. Thank you very much for your attention.